All right, so here I am. It's a dusty Thursday morning. Normally look at my watch and tell you the date, but it's Thursday, August, I think 15th or 16th, but it's being charged right now, so I don't have my watch with me, but I know it's Thursday morning, around 9 o'clock in the morning. If it's a little dusty, it's because Farmer Bob next to me over here is uh, literally right now raking hay, and probably in about a day, because it'll be dry today, he'll probably bale it tomorrow, and there will be a couple hundred bales of hay over there. Anyway, so coming at you live from Boyd, Texas, our Ripa dealership, ripausa.sales.com, for those that want to check us out on the internet. So yesterday about this time, I did a video where there were some issues with two customers that I had about the RS03 out of the Virginia warehouse. So I had a gentleman call me yesterday, and I talked to him after we got out of church last night, and he basically wanted me to change the video. Well, he actually wanted me to take it down, in part because I made his employees look bad. And I did say employees, and at the same time, as someone that currently owns a business, has owned other businesses where I've had dozens of employees. And then when I worked at Cisco and I was in services, and at HP, I had teams of 50 to 100 people where I might not have been in management, but I was the lead solution architect or whatever. So I get it. The buck stops with management, or the buck stops with parents, if they're minors. So he was absolutely right. The issue had nothing really to do with the employees. It had to do with management. Okay. And as a manager, the buck stops with you. And if there's higher levels of management, which in this case there is, then it's on you to make certain that you're trained properly, and your staff is trained properly. And if not, then, well, God gave you a voice and a hand. You raise that hand and say, help me. You don't just act like a blind automaton, okay, and continue on. So I'm going to be a voice of light, because I came from China June 27th through July 4th. Feel free to check out the other videos where you'll see I visited every single Ripa factory in detail, and asked tons of questions, videos, pictures, and all that. And I know from talking with management out there, and really that's what matters to me, and then y'all, my customer, not anyone else, at least regarding this. And Ripa right now is having a tremendous push on improving quality. And if there's somewhere along that supply chain where quality has been dropped or is not meeting the threshold, Ripa management wants to know. Well, guess what? That's what I'm sitting here doing. So instead of, in some of my videos, I call myself, this is Ripa Mike. Maybe I should be calling myself Ripa Flashlight. But I'm going to continue to expose issues in the only way that I know how, because I've got a decent number of people watching these videos. Management at Ripa is aware of it, and guess what? They're going to make changes. One of the things that I've talked about is over here. I've got a couple of excavators, and then behind me, and what have you, all around and in the building and whatever. But the R22 is much easier to get into than the R32. The R32, much larger machine, but the cab, because how they mounted that left control, for the pilot control, because it's mounted to right under the seat, it sticks out like right here. So you've only got about 9.5, 10 inches to get your body through. And I'm 6'1", 250 pounds. I can get in it, but I've literally got to get in it. If you're the door, right, this would be the front of the machine, the back of the machine. Okay. So I've got to get in it facing the back of the machine. And then once I'm in, I turn around, and then once I'm in, it's very comfortable. I love that R32. Plenty of room, ice cold air. And as I mentioned, we're just on the west side of Fort Worth and Boyd. It's going to be 100 plus degrees. No issues there with that air conditioner, actually in either one of them. Well, guess what? Yesterday, or this morning, I should say, U.S. time, and I'll do another video on this. One of the things that they're doing is they're immediately fixing that. So they're changing how they mount it to where we're going to get about another 4.5, maybe 6 inches of room, where it's going to be much easier to get in and out of that machine. So hey, whether that was me complaining about it or whatever, I don't care. I think in part it was done because of me, and I've got a big mouth, and I've got lots of people that maybe have liked videos, and maybe they've reached out to their salespeople or sent a message directly into Ripa. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care about credit. I'm here to sell machines and work on the machines and make some money. Who gets credit for stuff? Don't really care. But anyway, so I digress. So anyway, so my issue is I had 2 customers that both ordered the RS03 mini skid steer, and I was going to fulfill that out of the Louisa, Virginia warehouse. So let's see, today's Thursday, so Wednesday, so Tuesday, and I'm fighting a head cold. I'm probably 80% of it done, but still I'm a little foggy because I'm still taking some medication. So bear with me. But anyway, so either Monday or Tuesday, RL Carrier, who is our freight company of choice, love them. They're awesome when it's less than a full load. Great prices. So they went over there to pick up the RS03, and then they delivered it Tuesday. So they would have picked it up Monday, and it was delivered Tuesday to the customer. The customer gets home, and there it sits. His wife took delivery, and lo and behold, after they spent 3 days, just kidding, but cutting open the plastic. So I mean, Ripa knows how to pack this stuff. It was wrapped in layer and layer of Visclean, or whatever that clear poly plastic stuff is, to help protect the machine during shipping. They cut it open, and lo and behold, you can easily see it's not a 3-pump machine. So I get a call from the customer, who's quite irritated, of course. I mean, he spent thousands of dollars, and this isn't what he was told he was getting. News to me. And of course, now I'm irritated because I'm all about honesty and transparency, as you can see in the videos. Right? I only want to do things above board, and I want to be very transparent in it, because I've got machines. Literally, the most expensive machine that I can sell is the Ripa R520. I mean, that's a 52-ton excavator that my truck and whatever truck you're driving or vehicle you're driving, it can fit in the bucket. This thing is huge, right? So I mean, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars US, right, to get one of these. So I go from that all the way down to the cheapest thing that I sell other than attachments is actually the product in question, the RS03, and we're selling that for $4,600, right, plus delivery. So no matter where you're at on the spectrum, if you order X, you need to get X, and you need to get it when I say you should get it, give or take a little, right? I mean, anyway, so customer calls me, I verify everything was done right. So anyway, I get a call from the customer, and I let him know I check into it. I reach out to my salesperson in China, and she's wonderful, which, by the way, shameless plug to her, Xiao Winya. She's awesome. She works probably like 7-8 days a week. all kidding aside, seriously. So we're going back and forth and WhatsApp and email. She is awesome. I love my salesperson at Ripa. She is great. She runs things down, and I realize I'm not $1 million a month customer by any means, but you would think I'm her best customer, everything, for the attention she gives me early in the morning US time, which is late. They're 13 hours ahead of us. So right now, if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, that's 11 o'clock at night. Thursday morning is their Friday, or our Thursday night is their Friday morning. So by the time I get up Friday morning, their weekend has already started. So she responds to me, maybe not as quickly on the weekend, but I still get responses from her. So anyway, just shout out to her. Xiao, thank you so much. I so appreciate all of the help that you've given. And then her manager, and then my after sales support team, Kevin and Lu Ji. Those two are just awesome in how they help me. So that's my experience. And I realize I've got to be about the newest customer Ripa has. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, so she lets me know that, yep, there was a problem that should never have been picked up. The RS03s, like the one sitting over there, and I'll pick this up and walk over there in a minute and show you the difference. But the RS03 that I have is exactly what Rippa Louisa, Virginia warehouse should have. However, their shipment is still on the way. So, you know, the container ship left here, now it's going over there. So somewhere around the end of this month, the RS03s should be landing there. What was given to my customer was a blue painted old model of the RS03. It's not even an RS03, it's a, I don't even know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So long story short, I talked to the gentleman that called me the other night, but like a day or two earlier, and he's telling me, oh, well, this is the new improved RS03 over what I have. Instead of 2 lines, 2 return lines, there's 1 now, and this and that. Well, you know, like for me, even when I worked at Cisco, I love playing the dumbest guy in the room, because you have nowhere to go but up, right? You know, versus if you act like you're the smartest guy in the room, you don't have anywhere but down. So I do the dumbest guy in the room routine. I do that really well. So anyway, so I just thought, okay, well, you know, that's interesting. And, you know, I'm not saying anything else, and I end the call, and, you know, good call, whatever. I knew none of that was correct, because, you know, for you to do something like that, then that means the pump itself would have to change, because now if you need 2 return lines, you know, you've got this much flow going in. That means you're going to have to do one of 2 things. You're going to have to boost that return pressure, which then means it's all PSI. You're going to have to increase the steel pipe and the hydraulic lines to be able to deal with that increased pressure, or you're going to have to go with a bigger pump to deal somehow with that as well, right? Increased pressure there also. And of course, yeah, whatever, right? You guys get it. So, okay, I just went along with it. You know, who I'm supposed to deal with is over there. If the warehouse people want to call me, that's great. I'm happy to talk with them. But at the end of the day, not knocking them, right? But their job is to unpack stuff, put it together, get it ready for shipment, not to reinvent the wheel there. That's China. Okay, so whatever the warehouse people say, that's great. But, you know, maybe they can help me a little. But ultimately, if things are broken, if things are missing, that's got to come from China. And that's Ripa's motto, good or bad. Okay, so I fast forward. You know, I've reached out to my customer, and really there were 2 customers. Both customers have given me the money, right? So one customer has the wrong machine. The other customer was getting ready today to go get it, or maybe it's tomorrow. Anyway, he was going to get it. So first thing I do is I let customer 2 that has not gotten a machine, he was going to actually drive to the Louisa warehouse because he wasn't that far. He was going to go and pick it up. So I let him know, hey, here's the problem. I'll be in touch. I let customer 1 know, and there was more, but I want to talk about both because it's basically the same thing. I let the customer that had his product delivered, I let him know, no matter what, I'm going to make that right. So long story short, I've got that machine being picked up by RL Carrier. Again, shameless plug, love those guys. I gave both customers the option, okay, so I have your money, and it's going to be about 2 weeks. It might be less than 2 weeks. It might be 3 weeks, but somewhere around 2 weeks, you know, Ripa has told me that, you know, barring acts of God, the correct model should be hitting the Rippa Louisa warehouse. Okay, so the customer who I delivered his product to, he said, you know, I've been above board trying to work with all this. He's fine. Instead of just, you know, paying extra bank wire fees and, you know, what have you, I'm good to keep his money. So I don't want to use his name, get ready to, but I wanted to just say thank you so much for that trust. You know, we're not talking millions of dollars here, but still we're talking thousands of dollars. And to me, I'm not some multimillionaire. I live right up the street here. Maybe one day I'll do a video and show you where I live, if, you know, whatever. but probably not. But it probably wouldn't be that hard for you to stalk me and figure it out, because it's all public records, right? In the US, you can just start searching tax records and, oh, there they are over there. And then Google Maps, right? But anyway, so I so appreciate the trust. And it goes without saying, every single customer that I've got, we're tracking, shameless plug, somewhere between $75,000 and $190,000 this month. So this is our first full month of being in business, and we're shipping all over. I've got a guy up in New York State. I've got Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia. Got a call yesterday or a couple days ago, and he's reached out to me from Colorado, Missouri, several in Oklahoma. Goes without saying, Texas, right? I think Missouri. I can't remember if I said it. So I mean, all you guys that are wanting to send me money and all this, I can't say enough. Thank you so much. And I'm making certain I'm expressing my gratitude in the business personally when we talk to them as well. But just shout out to all those guys. But anyway, so customer number 2, he's more cautious, and that, you know, I come down on that side myself. He's like, you know, I really want the machine, but you know, there's other things I can do with my money for a couple of weeks, and I just want to be cautious. So hey, guess what? About an hour later, I reached out to my bank online, you know, did the wire within, I'm wanting to say like 45 minutes. So shameless plug, Chase Bank, love them. He had his money, and he dealt with, he's a, not a Chase customer. I don't want to say where he's from. But he had his money, and he called and confirmed. So literally, I think it was like 45 minutes or so, 30 minutes. He had his money. So that's the 2 approaches, and that's the level that we do here at our business. If we or someone acting on our behalf screws something up, we're going to do everything we can do. And literally, like I said in the first video, so today's Thursday. So when I found this out, so that would have been, yeah, it was delivered Tuesday night. I didn't sleep well at all. And I mean, it's a $4,600 order plus shipping, right? So I mean, it's not like, you know, we're talking tens of thousands, but that it's not the question of how much to me. It's a question of, I've got somebody over there that I said X and they got Y. And this isn't like, well, I'll give you $200 off and you'll still be happy. No, it wouldn't do it. It's not a 3-pump machine, and he's looking for something that can do a rotating grapple, you know, something that requires that third function. So that machine just won't work. Like, it won't work for what the customer wants. So it's basically a fancy bucket loader, right? That's all it can do. Up and down, you know, there's a few other things maybe you can do, but you can't put a stump grinder with an articulating back and forth sweeping motion. You know, all you can do is up and down, and you get that type, which that's going to sit there and wear you out, constantly having to drive the machine back and forth to grind a stump and move it laterally. So anyway, so you get all of what I'm saying there. I don't need to beat a dead horse. Bottom line, we're here to take care of you. So shameless plug, I'm going to walk over there real quick and show you what the difference is in the machine. So here's the RS03. You'll quickly be able to see the difference. You can see 4 hydraulic lines on the left side and 3 on the right side. Now, I have next to no YouTube skills, and frankly, I don't want to ever develop YouTube skills to do this, because I just want to do videos. You know, I'm not interested in editing. You know, y'all have fast forward. If I say something really bad, I'll redo the whole video. I know how to click stop and start and pause, and that's about it. If I had the ability, I'd somehow magically stick a picture of the old legacy RS03, if that's what you want to call it, in here so you can see. But that's what an RS03 should look like. It should have 4 lines over there, 3 over here. The other machine, I think, has 2 over here, or 3 over here, and 1 over here, or whatever. But it doesn't look like this. Not at all. And then there's a couple of other cosmetic things. But anyway, so that's that. Again, if anybody ever has any questions, whether you're buying from me or you're buying from another dealer, always when you first get the machine, make certain that what you got is what you ordered. You know, sometimes you'll get a machine like these RS06s. They came in, there's no stickers over here. Like you can see this R10 mini excavator, no stickers on it. I finally got my shipment in yesterday from Ripa. So I've already started doing some work where I've got the stickers hung up. I'm waiting for them to curl, or I should say uncurl. But like it's also missing a boom light. I've got the light. I'm now trying to figure out how to mount it because there's not a screw. Like I was also missing this light, but I just mounted that just now. So this was already drilled and tapped here. On the R10, it's not drilled and tapped. I think somehow there's a clamp or something that goes around the cylinder, the black part of the cylinder, not the, you know, the silver part that slides in and out, of course. You know, just always make certain you get what you buy. Like for me, every machine that I get, I think of y'all. How would I want this machine to come? Every one of my machines comes the exact same way. It comes with a swing boom. It comes with a thumb. It comes, and not just with a thumb, it comes with the hydraulic thumb, not the mechanical. It comes with a three-way diverter valve here where literally $62, right? I mean, run me an extra set of lines out here to where if I need to drop this attachment right here and I want to put like a rotating grapple or a mower, you know, cutter, something that requires, you know, what I always call it the third function, to where it's more than just back and forth. It'll actually rotate blades and all that. So to do that, you'd have to disconnect your thumb line, which is going to be a pain in the butt because now you then have to plug it in. You've got to secure the lines and all that. And said, hey, why not just run me a connector over here, right? I mean, there's one over there too, right? So you've got in and out, you know, or return and send, whatever you want to call it. And all you got to do, you just turn this, and now you got flow going that way. Other things that we do, if it's got a cab, we've got LED lights on it, LED lights on the boom. Every one of our machines, mirrors, lights, what have you. Adjustable chassis. You know, if there's an option, like even the R10, it's got a little roof on it. Every machine that we have, they're set up the same way. Now, obviously, when you go up to like the R57, there is no swing boom. At least that's what I've been told. There's no, you know, on the R32, there's no adjustable chassis. They figure, well, it's a big ass machine, so it doesn't really matter if you can go from, you know, whatever that is, 58 inches down to, you know, 46. You're not fitting that through a fence opening. So, you know, it's like, why bother, right? But with the R22, you can clearly see adjustable chassis, R18, adjustable chassis, R10, adjustable chassis. I don't have a 15. I'm already out of that machine. And I've got a guy that's looking at buying both those machines, and I'm gonna hate to see them go, because that means I'm gonna have to go to Houston again. This is gonna be, I'm kidding. I hate to see it go, but I just love these machines, you know, because every morning we put them up, and then we bring them out here and park them by the street. But that's our job, you know. I'd love to be going to Houston daily. You know, we bought a machine. I've got a 1-ton dually pickup that I had to drive all the way down to Cleburne you know, tow, because each trip to Houston, if I hot shotted it, was about $1,800. Well, I mean, for $1,800, you know, $1,000 a month, I can get a new truck, and $800 is a trailer. So I'll show you the trailer, you know, down the road when it comes in. It's on order. It's a triple axle, 16K axle, tandem tires, you know, every bell and whistle technically, you know, so that'd be what, 48,000 pound rating. Trailer is going to weigh about 12,000 pounds. So I'll be able to put 2 R57s on that, or a whole bunch of these things, right? So the other thing we're looking at doing is we're going to CDL school, where we'll be able to have that CDLA, to where we'll be able to tow all this stuff legally. Anyway, so I'm way over here in left field. So I'm way out of what I want to do. So the bottom line, let your salesperson, whoever you got your machine from, let them know if there's a problem right away. Because the longer you keep it, the harder it's going to be to return it. And I'm a dealer where at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm going to make you happy. Maybe other people aren't going to be quite so motivated, for lack of a better word. I don't know. But anyway, so you guys get it. I'd love to know your comments, questions. If you think I'm way over here and I'm being too strong, please let me know. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to make myself look good. I'm here to expose things that go on and understand this is a Rippa issue, and we only sell Rippa machines. If I had a Bobcat, Takeuchi, Kubota, Case, Cat, whoever, right? There's problems with everything, and we all know that. The issue is what's going to happen after the sale. And that's where, who really cares? Does it really matter if you save $1,000 on a machine, which I don't think we're $1,000 more by any means. But what matters is everybody says is the after sale. That's what really matters, because you're going to be on your own. Or in our case, no, you're not. We're going to be right there, because 3 years from now, if you want to go and you bought a mini skid steer, now maybe you're in the market for one of these, or something else. I mean, Rippa, this is only two things they sell. They sell full-size skid steers. They sell forklifts, battery, as well as diesel forklifts. They sell dump trucks, the mini dump trucks, and the pricing's crazy. It's like $6,000. Well, and one is a scissor lift dump truck, which is really kind of cool. So it would lift all the way up and then dump. So I'm looking at bringing in 12 of those, but that's 2 months down the road by the time it gets here. They sell backhoes, front end loaders, and then I'm getting ready to say it. They sell other stuff, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. They only sell it in China. So, but I want them so bad, because I think that would outsell the skid steers, which is, I think, going to be my #1 selling product. But anyway, like and subscribe. Put any comments down there. Love to know your feedback. If you think I'm way off over here too strong, please let me know. Goes without saying, I know I chased rabbits too many times, but squirrel. Anyway, so I know I already do that, and that's something that I'll continue to work on. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.